Hello, everyone. My name is Yana. I am a Google logistician. I deliver the target audience for businesses with the right parameters, meaning I help increase online sales using Google Ads tools. And today I want to show and demonstrate the team's case. What do we have? We have the United Kingdom market, as you can see. The currency is already indicated here, pounds directly, costs for this period, and we started working somewhere around December 21st, 2023, when we received the first clicks. The work on the project is still ongoing. What was the task? What kind of product do we have? Let's put it this way. I won't specify the exact niche of the project because, as I mentioned, a skilled marketer, especially in Google Ads, knowing how to manage performance max campaigns, can figure it out with just 3 to 4 relevant nuances related to niches, costs, and other factors. This site, I think, since I am still working with these clients, I will keep it anonymous. Let's call this niche home goods. Specific home goods, they are not needed by everyone, only for private houses. Plus, maybe for apartments as well. Why not? But this product is not purchased regularly. It is not a dropshipping product that everyone needs or that is super cheap. To give a rough orientation, it is conditionally uniform, meaning it is not just everything in a row, but uniform and specific. From these nuances, we needed to increase the number of conversions and also keep the cost per conversion around £40. Here I'm showing an average of 43 because we have fluctuations where the cost per conversion was higher. In any case, we will now consider the case study of the team. If you watched my previous video on this, you would know. Regarding wood products in the United Kingdom, I mentioned that the United Kingdom is quite a challenging market for sales compared to, for example, France or Germany, or even the Netherlands. Why? First of all, it is important to understand that the United Kingdom is a pioneer of e-commerce in Europe. That is, if it is a pioneer in e-commerce, then, accordingly, the competition there will be fierce. Plus, the competition will be fierce not only because it is a pioneer, but also because it is a fairly affluent market. Therefore, it is very interesting to enter with your product and achieve sales there. As a result, many advertisers think along the same lines, making the competition even tougher in this regard. Next, the United Kingdom market itself is quite specific in its pre-purchase behavior model. For example, in this project, I can show you the attribution report. Very interesting. I highly recommend checking this account regularly. So, I took April 2024. What can we see here if you select the appropriate conversions? Average number of days to conversion and average number of interactions to conversion. If the number of interactions here is generally standard, we bring it to this value. We force performance so that there are neither 5 nor 6 interactions here, because each interaction is paid for in money. If you look at the average cost per click here, it seems very cheap, relatively speaking. But somewhere it was slightly more expensive, somewhere it was cheaper, because we are considering average values here. Paying for every click, but for all potential customers, is very difficult. Why is it difficult? What is the value of these attribution reports? They show us the analytics of the average, approximately the average value of how people make these conversions over time. What does this give us? Let's put it this way. The first nuance is that this is only the analytics for completed conversions, meaning there is still a large percentage of people who have just started their purchase process. However, for various reasons, they did not complete the conversion on our site. For example, something on the site didn't satisfy them, or we didn't catch them in time because our budgetary capabilities are also limited. Therefore, sometimes your cost per conversion can be very high because the system is trying to reach a large audience that is just beginning their journey towards conversion. For example, if they have only had their first interaction or something like that and are still on the path to conversion, and we, for instance, did not show up a second time or did show up, but the person did not decide to make a purchase specifically from us, then these are very approximate generalized values, conditionally speaking. If 2.2 is more or less still a decent average value for almost any niche for sales, then the average number of days is what lengthens the deal process, meaning the time it takes for money to come in. And accordingly, if it is somewhat easier to manage this performance and interactions, to reduce volumes or budgeting, to play with profitability, then with days it can sometimes be very difficult. This is an average value of 1.7, right? And it's correct for everyone, and it's correct for everyone. Here, there was a conversion at 93 pounds, and someone took over 12 days. So imagine in targeting, when we are just starting to show ads, these numbers are not just higher, but the expenditure part is significantly higher because we are trying to capture this average value somewhere. Therefore, this market can be so challenging to promote, not because the people there are strange. Although if you consider the topic of lingerie, there aren't as many specific queries with a particular subtext in the United States or certain regions. So, it's a complex project. Additionally, the complexity is increased by the fact that our product is uniform and there are relatively many items. Well, there are different sizes and colors of this product. This is what it all leads to. Essentially, we either need to build a structure from products that could initiate the purchase process, which would then result in orders, or roughly trim them at a certain achievement, at a certain amount of traffic. Because, as I mentioned, the high cost per conversion often appears due to the fact that you have a lot of products being cycled through in a unit of time. Let's assume, for the sake of simplicity, that instead of our CPC being 0.5, it will be £1 for ease of calculation, so you don't have to recalculate anything on your calculator. What do we have? Suppose we have 200 products and each product gets one conversion. Oh, I mean one click, at an average of £1 per click, right? That means it will be at least £100 of expense, because each of these products made one click. But let's say, out of these £100, only one item was purchased, because we cannot expect a person to make a conversion from the first interaction. Let's say our cost per conversion is £100, but if we delve into the product level, it turns out that one conversion costs only £1. But the final values, we must measure the final values as expenses are incurred, and this will be £100. This is the next challenge that exists in such niches, similar ones. It is definitely necessary to really put effort into restructuring the framework in such a way that these £100 are significantly reduced at least to the target KPI values while not losing the number of conversions. It looks like I formulated it in a complicated way, and managing these advertising campaigns is similarly complicated. Why? Because there is no single product position that is consistently purchased in large quantities. So all these sales are scattered across different IDs, meaning the difficulty lies in finding a cash cow among these products. If you are familiar with SWOT analysis, we have cash cow products that regularly bring in conversions. When you increase traffic to them, their conversions only grow. Then there are star products. Stars are those with single sales. They can either be on the verge of breaking even or quite good in terms of profitability. However, it is very difficult to scale them because they can significantly drop in profitability as soon as you increase the traffic volume, hence they are not stars. Potentially, by improving performance, we can turn these into cash cows. We have dogs, which are those products that either spend negatively or break even, for example, and these are still our zero products. Zero products are those that have shown very little, not receiving any impressions over a certain period of time. For each project, it is uniquely selected either from the main period or according to a specific ratio to impressions. In such uniform products, when there are 1,000 or 2 or even 500 of them, it is very difficult to identify these cash cows because the entire product assortment conditionally consists of stars. That is, as soon as you try to simply increase traffic to them, they can significantly affect profitability. But why? £1 cost per click, whether it's 100 products or 500, a click results in a high cost per click. And you have to artificially limit the number of impressions for a specific product, a certain number of products. Not because of a specific product position, as it is conditionally a dead dog, but because it is simply needed since it would be very expensive to run all the products. This is the complexity and nuances of such additional challenging niches. So the UK market has days with a very, well, not exactly picky purchasing process, but they like to browse websites, compare prices, and they just enjoy online shopping. You know how some people go to shopping malls and just walk around, look at things? They have something very similar going on actively. That is, Americans, for example, if we compare with the behavior model in the States, when they have a thought or an urgent question, they Google it and make decisions faster. The British have a somewhat drawn out, elaborate behavior, so to speak. Another typical trait. Well, let's say, for example, I will now show one of the advertising campaigns by IDs. Why is it so complicated? Well, let's say one of the companies that work there, this is already some change. It didn't work for the entire period that I showed earlier. Now look at what we can see. Let's just take the costs. Here we have the first category of products. What do we see? 19 clicks, £9.77 spent. So this group of products has been running for quite a long time. It has been running for more than a week. The cost per click is not bad, but there are 0 conversions from 19 clicks. Here, with 5 clicks, we already have this conversion at a lower cost per conversion than the £40 the client requested. Absolutely, yes, just like this conversion. Or, for example, if I filter by conversion, you see we have 6. For instance, this category gives 6, and the total values here in this campaign are shown as £79. It's 79 because in this category we have products where, as you can see, there isn't any significant money drain. It's £10 spent over 2 weeks or a week, 8 almost 9, 7, let's say 8, another 8, and so it accumulates, resulting in a very high cost per conversion. And to generally reduce its cost, it is necessary to work significantly with reach. Plus, with similar products, there is a strong temptation to do the following thing in performance. The next thing is indeed called skill, which is a very good ability to build a highly specific and correct chain of interaction in various associated conversions. Just a second, I'll return to the main screen. Back to these numbers again. If you have set everything up correctly in the advertising account, it can intentionally increase traffic to specific product IDs. But you just don't understand why he is driving traffic to these IDs, while the ones that convert, these single conversions, are not growing at all. Why is this happening? This happens because he sees that, for example, if he generates a click on this product position, the person either goes to this product, leaves the site, adds it to the cart, goes to purchase, or, for example, browses the catalog and continues searching, right? Because people very rarely specify the exact size, product position, color they need, or material in their search query, they Google a general query, possibly landing on the wrong product, wrong size, color, or other attributes. They then go to the catalog and look for something that suits them, which is logical. This performance can be observed. This is the next nuance, a complexity that needs to be relearned in performance. He sees it, and he can simply increase traffic for a specific product position because, on average, he sees that the customer avatar shows people were clicking on this product. He continued further into the catalog, meaning that after viewing an item, he went on to view search results or item lists, a category of events, viewed some products, and through them, he would enter and purchase a product. The downside of such a performance strategy lies in one thing. The same retention of the cost per conversion, because he might just dump a very large amount of money into a single product position, and where's the guarantee that this person will buy after they go to the catalog? There is higher guarantee generating traffic to one specific product position because it either leads to this card or conditional refusal. But such nuances in performance work are also observed, and they need to be dealt with somehow. This is the main block of complexity that one might encounter. Another difficulty arises if we start trying to break this performance so that it does not generate for a specific product or generates a cheaper cost per conversion by artificially limiting impressions. The following picture emerges in the end. It, or more precisely, the artificial intelligence functionality embedded here, can change the direction of traffic flow over certain periods. That is, the queries we see here in the account, in the dashboard, insights, or something like that will be very targeted. However, in the auction statistics, you will see how you start moving up and down significantly. And then, this is not all the auction statistics, but a part of it, because we can see auction statistics for search or for product ads. And we also have dynamic product remarketing, which can significantly and fundamentally impact everything. Am I satisfied with the result we achieved? Well, not quite. Would I like to do even better for the client? Absolutely, which is why our work is still ongoing. Is the project simple? No. Considering all the nuances I mentioned, the UK market is the most challenging aspect. The difficulty here lies not in the uniformity of the product assortment in the eyes of the client and from Google's perspective. But these are indeed the realities of the market, which is why skilled specialists who can navigate all these nuances adequately and come out with less loss are highly valued. So, these are the nuances of the case that I would like to highlight for you in this video.